She's got a bunny now. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Marketing Freaks podcast. Today we're going to be talking about good marketing campaigns, bad marketing campaigns, and just having a general discussion around what makes a good one and what makes a bad one. It's quite a fun little chat. Hope it's insightful and entertaining for you. If you like it, please do come and subscribe. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all the usual places. If you like it, that is always massively appreciated. Yeah, here's my dog, by the way. Here we go. Very, very lazy dog. So we're going to be talking about marketing campaigns, good and bad, and talking through some of our favourite examples, some of our least favourite examples, and trying to get some sort of logical conclusion at the end to decide what it is that makes a good campaign and what it is that makes a bad campaign. We'll see how we go, but it should be quite good fun anyway. Then anyone watching, we're going to kind of put our examples in on the video so we can kind of show you what we're talking about, and if you're listening in, you'll just have to imagine them, I guess, or come and watch the video. So, to start off with, what is it you think that makes for a good marketing campaign? What stands out to you as good?
I think something that sticks with you, something that you remember and you talk about to other people, and essentially something that makes you convert, that makes you purchase the service or the product that's being shown to you.
Yep, definitely. What do you think, Nina?
I think, following on from what Ellie said, just something that makes you want to engage with whatever product they're offering, something that grabs your attention, something that makes you want to research more into it. There's also, I think, the added bonus if something has a little bit of a shock value. It's just like, it might not necessarily be bad, but it's kind of like, oh, what have they done there? Like, that's making headlines and making people so interested in it. I think a good example of this actually would be the baked beans on Weetabix. That Weetabix put that picture on Twitter, and then just everyone was completely flabbergasted at what was going on. But it was such a good marketing technique because it was, I think, even like Sky News reported on it or something like that. They had an article, so that's excellent marketing. Very gross, and not something I personally would consume. But
have you not tried it?
You know, I don't really have the desire to.
It would be interesting to see, like, if Bean or Weetabix sales went up as a result.
That's so true. So true. So I think that's like a great example of good marketing where it's like completely unconventional, but just does the trick.
Yeah, I love the aftermath of that as well, with like the threads on Twitter with KFC jumping in, Nando's jumping in. One of them called the other one a chicken, which was great.
Yeah, the British Embassy got involved as well, I think.
Yeah, it was just really good publicity. And I wonder if they even thought that they would get like half of the like the popularity that it did on social media.
Oh, for sure. It's just these days, just the most wild things are trending, and you have to keep up with that kind of momentum. You know, people are so desensitized to everything on the internet. It really has to be something that just grabs your attention. What
was the point of the Weetabix and beans? Was it just to get in the forefront of people's minds, I guess?
Yeah.
I guess so.
I think so. It did a really good job of that.
Yeah. I wonder how much thought, I'm not saying that in a bad way, but was it just let's have a go at this?
Or was like someone said it in the office or something and they thought, right, that would be a brilliant idea.
Yeah, for sure. I think it would be really interesting, I think, to be a fly on the wall in those marketing conversations. What can we do that makes the world erupt and gets our product literally in front of everyone?
Yeah, I know. Let's put baked beans on our Weetabix.
Yeah.
Another really good one I've seen recently is those little moons on TikTok. So they are essentially just like little ice cream snacks. Yeah, little moons. But the company that do them have been around for a decade, but because it's become like a trend on Twitter where like you basically review the product, it's like completely free marketing for them. Their sales have risen by 700% since December, just because of
Wow.
Wow, that's crazy.
crazy.
Isn't that mad?
Yeah.
But I think there's definitely something around kind of social marketing in that way, like kind of really fun stuff, highly responsive. What sort of stuff are they doing, Ellie?
It is literally just users reviewing the flavors that they have to offer. That's
And
it.
that's
That's
it.
literally it. So it's free marketing for the Little Moons brand. It's crazy. I think their hashtag had something like 50 odd million like viewers. It's just crazy.
Crazy.
Wow.
It's just crazy the power of social media. I think in particular TikTok as a platform. Just there are so many. I think their literal catchphrase is where trends start, and it's so true. Everything that's trending from fashion to technology to food, everything is all on that platform. So it is literally a haven for marketers. If you get it right on TikTok, you'll get free publicity.
I know. It's crazy.
And I think it's a good platform because, with things like YouTube, you have sort of the influencer marketing where you're setting aside a budget for that and it can get quite pricey. With TikTok, someone discovers something, your product or your hashtag just happens to start trending. You just get, anyone can go viral on that platform. I think that's what the beauty is of it. So if you manage to find your niche on there and then advertise what you need to and it gets picked up, you can rack up millions and millions and millions of views.
And not have to spend a thing.
Exactly.
Really.
So if you get that formula right, you're set. There are so many cool things. And then I don't know if you've seen like Ryanair do these ads. And I think there was one where they were pretending to there was this trend on TikTok where girls and guys would dress up and like strut down like a hallway or something to, female empowerment, rap music. And I think Ryanair did the trend as well, where they had an airplane go down the runway to the music. And it's just so creative and just the things you can do to really get your brand out there to a lot of consumers by following these trends is amazing. It's a great way to market your product or service.
Yeah, I think Ryanair they've always been amazing at that quick, responsive thing. Like, say something ridiculous, like we're going to take the seats out and it's standing room only, or you're going to have to pay €2 to use the toilet. Suddenly gets them in the press. Oh, by the way, we've got the cheapest seats in Europe. I think they've always been really good at that type of PR
I guess in a way,
marketing.
that's almost a bit like shop tactics as well, because the stuff they're saying sticks with you. It's like just like gets conversations going.
Yeah, exactly.
The things that people find funny, the things that are conversation starters. I think if you can make your advertising a conversation starter, that's like the key to everything. If it's like boring, I think there are some adverts like in airports on electronic screens and on like mini billboards where it's just like I would not look twice at that. That is so boring. It's so standard. It's what everyone does. So even though it's a safe way of marketing, it's just not going to have anyone's attention. Things like TikTok, things like something wild and outrageous like putting baked beans on your Weetabix. As much as it makes me shudder, it just does it.
Yeah, I think that kind of the safe versus not safe line is a really interesting one, and some people get it bang on, and some people don't quite get it that bang on. Which I'm sure we're going to talk about some of those examples in a bit as well. What was the last ad or campaign that made you buy something? Because ultimately, successful marketing drives sales.
Yeah, that's so true.
What was the last ad you saw that made you buy?
It's kind of embarrassing considering it's just like in-app purchases is what I literally look at on Google Ads. But I was on TikTok and there was a game and it was like playing this music that was like trending music, and it was just hilarious the way that they captioned it and the way that they like did the gameplay in the ad. And I clicked on it to buy it. I was like, this looks so fun. And these interns are having a field day on TikTok, whoever they are, these marketing interns. The way that they do it just made me buy the app. I was like, I don't even play games on my phone. I'm sat here buying something from a TikTok ad. Who am I?
You've changed, Nina.
I have. It's an existential crisis happened. But yeah, just those kinds of things make me buy something. Even though we literally do Instagram ads for our clients, I have been a victim of a couple. I have.
I don't know about you, Nina, but I am such a sucker for influence marketing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You see something look good on someone and you're just like, right, where do I go?
Like that's the only way I buy all my clothes now. I'll see someone else wearing
Really?
it and I'll be like, yeah, I'll do that. But I actually did see a really good campaign recently which made me buy one of their products. So it's a brand called This. They're like meat alternative. And what they did is they sent a load of products to influencers and told them it was meat. And it wasn't. And they got them to obviously promote it on their channels. And afterwards, after they'd influenced, they contacted them and said, like, listen, that wasn't me. Like, how do you feel about that? And they were all really like shocked, surprised. I just think that's another good way to get you talking, and for people who may not even think about trying meat alternatives because they follow these influencers, these micro influencers. There's trust there. They think, you know what, yeah, might actually try that. So I thought that was really cool.
That's amazing. Did the influencers follow up on it and go, oh, like, I didn't realise, but it was really good?
Yeah. I think that was the whole point of it as well. Yeah.
Because I'm a massive, you know, I love my steak.
Yeah.
But that's really interesting because I guess my objection to, you know, wanting to buy lots of meat-free product is that I just like the taste of meat. So that's just such a great way of proving that, no, actually.
So if you saw, someone that you follow, John, who you really like personally.
Are we assessing my influence ability?
Yeah, so if you saw someone that you follow who has like a bit of a high profile,
Yeah,
and they were promoting this meat-free brand, would you be more inclined to buy the product because you like the person?
yeah, I probably would.
Yeah.
I probably would. Like if there was someone I was following that said, do you know what, I tried this and it tasted amazing, I'll give it a go. I'll try a burger.
Yeah, it's
Influence
a
marketing.
very powerful tool if you use it right. If you get it in front, I think what's really important is, I think, especially with some of the targeting you do on Facebook and Instagram, Ellie, is making sure that you get the right audience. It's just like if you have someone on Made in Chelsea advertising, you know, I don't know, bikini, and it gets in front of, I'm not saying that, you know, 64 to 73-year-olds don't want to look good and wear a bikini. They may do, but if you get that as your target market instead of, you know, going for actual interest-based audience of people who watch those kind of shows, that kind of age group, I think that's really important, just to make sure you've hit it on the nose, but also for the appropriate audience. Not excluding anyone. Everyone looks fabulous in whatever they choose to wear to the beach.
Yeah, definitely. Do you think working in marketing has changed your assessment of what you see? Because I think I'm a bit kind of dull to it now. Or like, you know, I see it, I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I know what you're trying to do to me.
Yeah.
See it in a completely different light than someone who doesn't work in marketing. Are you guys the same?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you almost become a bit like desensitized to it in a way. You're like, I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I see.
I think it's especially noticeable with like remarketing. It's just like I'll click on something on Instagram and then I see all these other ads advertising exactly the same product just pop up, and I'm just like, I know what you did.
Yeah. Well, it's also like the Weetabix tweet. I see that and I go, why have you done that? What? Like, how did you come up with that idea? What was the meeting like when you tried to get that approved? I'm not going, oh, ha 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 ha.
Yeah, it just makes you think about the strategy
weird,
behind
isn't
it, and like how you can apply it as a marketer. I don't know.
That's how I felt about the innocent smoothie, the conker milk.
Yes.
Oh my god, that.
I was just like,
That is really funny. That is funny though.
Just
Do you think it's funny?
I thought it was hilarious, but just the fact that they had to release there was like a press release to be like, do not drink conker milk. Do not drink it. Do not. After.
We should explain it. Ellie, explain what the innocent smoothie conker milk thing is.
So they created a fake product, their new conker milk, And I don't know why. I don't know what the point of it was. Maybe similar to the whole beans and Weetabix to get to the forefront of people's minds. But yeah, they created this fake conker milk, and they thought, yeah, this will be really funny. People will obviously know that it's a joke. People didn't know it was a joke. They had loads of complaints saying like conkers are poisonous to humans and just things like that. So they got a bit of like bad press around it. But then I think that they recovered from it really well because they literally held their hands up and were like, sorry guys, this is meant to be a joke, and then created like a separate campaign to explain everything. But I just thought it was really funny the way they did it, but still don't really understand the whole point of it.
Yeah, it was kind of like they were trying to aim for the whole Weetabix thing, and it went a bit askew.
Yeah.
It is difficult. I find that funny, and I find the fact they had to follow up even funnier.
Yeah.
But it's really difficult for brands to be funny. That's really difficult, isn't it? So, on to bad example. Ellie, I think, I mean, Nina, you mentioned retargeting. Ellie, I think we should talk about the time you thought the TV spoke to you.
Oh, it did. It 100% did.
So creepy. I'm so sorry. I would move house.
Well,
Tell us the story.
So this is about 4 or 5 years ago, and it was on my TV as well. I think it must have been like I was watching like 4OD, so it was like online streaming service. So I think that's how they get your information. But it was like a car advert, and all of a sudden it just went, Ellie.
I'm sorry, I could not deal with that.
It was so creepy, and I wish I could remember what company it was. I'm like 99% sure it was like a car advertisement, but it was just so bizarre. And to be fair, I've never seen anything like it since, so it probably didn't work.
Did it scare you into buying that car?
I really wish I remember what company it was. I can't remember. But it was just the most bizarre thing. And I think things like that is a little bit too creepy.
There's a line, isn't there?
Retargeting. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I think retargeting is a really interesting one where a lot of people get it badly wrong because it's all about right message, right time, right audience, and it's not about let's just hammer everyone who's been to the website in the last 6 months and just literally hammer them until they buy. I think it's much more strategic, or it should be a lot more strategic than that. What do you guys think about retargeting? Because obviously we do a lot of it and it works. It earns our clients money. But it can be quite bad, can't it?
Yeah, I think like done in the right way, like it works really well. But again, like you said, if you sort of hammer people too much, they have the option to stop seeing the ad completely. So you don't want to lose people by sort of going in too hard with retargeting, I think.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I actually wrote an article about this on the site. You can check it out if you want to.
Good plug.
We'll link it.
Little link there. But yeah, no, it can be really good. It can really help people, get your product or service in front of the right audience. It's going to be a warm audience. They're going to be interested in what you buy. They're going to know what the product's like, had they purchased it and like what they purchased. So it's good, but then also you've got to be really careful about the frequency as well. So you don't want to keep retargeting someone because they may just think, okay, no, I don't want anything to do with this brand.
You might just lose them completely.
Yeah.
I think it's a really delicate balance, but I think if you approach it as obviously we're trying to make money, but let's try and help people get to the right product, because I've bought stuff off the back of retargeting ads where I've genuinely just forgotten about something that I was supposed to buy, or I didn't have my wallet around or whatever, and then it's come back up and okay, great, nice reminder, thanks. And like that's not creepy to me at all. It's not annoying, it's useful. But if it's like every day, it just gets a bit tedious. So
Yeah.
it has to be managed well by someone who knows what they're doing,
Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
like us.
Like,
All right, let's talk about some bad stuff. So, what's the worst
Oh.
ad you've seen, Nina? What's really
Oh,
got you
God.
riled up? What makes you angry?
There was this one that was by Oatly, and they had these ads that's basically it was targeted towards making your dad convert to drinking oat milk. And the way they did it, it was like it's like they were talking about an alcoholic. Just the way that they positioned the entire campaign is just like, are his habits bad? Make sure that he makes the transition. It's not going to be easy. And I was just like, this is just so tone deaf.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they had they set like a website up for it and had like helplines and
Help dad, help dad.
Oh
It was
my
it was
God,
so
yeah,
bad.
so bad, isn't it?
comparing consuming dairy to coping with an alcoholic family member.
Yeah.
It's a bit like,
I was like, that's just too far. That's just too far. And they got a lot of flack for it. They got a lot of flack for it.
Quite rightly.
I
Yeah.
know that was definitely the worst one that I've seen. I don't know about you, Ellie, what you witnessed.
those government ones recently.
Oh my God,
The
stop.
guilt, the shaming ads.
Really annoyed me.
They're
Yeah.
terrifying. It's
Yeah.
just the way that they personally like they just make you out to be the culprit in the situation.
Yeah,
It's like
guilt shaming. It's like
what
the
have you done?
majority of the country have done everything that has been advised, and then they bring those adverts out. I just think bad marketing. Like even on the YouTube video, they had to turn the comments off
Yeah.
because obviously people were just hurling abuse.
It's just so you can just get it so wrong. You can just get it so wrong.
I know
Yeah.
that the government ads have been not great. They had to pull a radio ad because they received loads. The ASA received loads of complaints around it. So it was a government advert targeting joggers, dog walkers, basically anyone that goes to a park, suggesting that if you go to the park, you have the virus. And basically saying like, if you go for a walk, don't let it cost lives. If you go for a coffee, don't let it cost lives. And it's like, you really need to think about like your whole strategy, because like going for a walk in the park and going to get coffee will be the thing that's keeping people sane in lockdown. So I just think that was done really, really badly and really insensitively.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's assuming the worst of people, isn't it? It's
Yeah, for
assuming the
sure.
worst of people.
Yeah, I don't know about you, Ellie, but like with some clothing brands and makeup brands, I get they're just like very strange email campaigns where they overuse colloquial language. They'll be like, you need to stay on fleek, sis, and that's on period. I'm like, you don't need to be doing all of that to get me to buy your stuff. Like there's a line between being relatable and just being like trying to, grab all of the language that Gen Z uses and just like flinging it into an email.
Yeah, I think there's. I was just looking at the like the ads in New Zealand about COVID and lockdown, and their slogan is "Unite against COVID." And it's nice,
So
isn't it? And it's assuming the best of people. It's assuming right. Everyone's going to pull together on this, and it's not go for a walk, but you might kill people if you go for that coffee.
Yeah.
So have a think about it.
It's like singling people out rather than like enforcing any sense of like community.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, are we actually? I think we might be coming to some sort of useful conclusion here, in that bad ads are often ones that are tone deaf, kind of misjudging, kind of perception, and just kind of off point. Is that about right?
I would say that. I would say that's a very good conclusion to come to. I just think shock value is good if it makes people laugh, if it gets people talking, but shock value is not good if it's tone deaf, if you're trying to single people out, and if you're just placing the blame on others in your whatever you're trying to market in terms of your product or service. What would you say is like, I guess, a good way of summing up good advertising. Ellie, I don't know if you have like.
I think like knowing your target audience and like knowing what they would respond to is key.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I agree.
Yeah. Wow, we've ended on a very useful point. So fun chat through some campaigns there. We'll put as many examples as we can in the show notes. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Do come and subscribe, and we will see you on the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.